Hey guys, Lorcan the Hedgehog here, and welcome back to the Simpsons Season 29 reviews, and today I'm here to review the annual Treehouse of Horror episode, this one being Treehouse of Horror 28. So we got three segments to look at, so this is going to be a bit different from the normal Simpsons reviews a bit, because I'm tackling all three segments and seeing which one I think is the best one of the year. Last year, we have to look at the opening credits because this also has a little thing as well. So this one, I think this is the Simpsons parody of Sausage Party, because this one has, well, we see the Simpsons family as chocolate, well, Lisa's an apple, and they're basically trying to survive Halloween by making sure they don't get eaten. And soon the Simpsons family are supposed to survive, and then they eat a chocolate bunny. This is also where the Kang and Kodos cameo comes in. This is the only part of their thing, so no Kang and Kodos this year, really, to be honest, besides that little cameo, so I'm a bit disappointed, but I understand where they're going with it. But the segment itself, not segment, I mean, the opening itself, this one's actually this one's good because it has a different style of animation, it goes from computer animation, and it's good to the Simpsons make a more friendly version of Sausage Party. But enough about the opening, let's get to the actual segments. So let's get to the first one, The XXVIII. In this particular segment, Homer gets a strange artifact called the Susu, and it soon possesses Maggie, and the Simpsons family needs to get a Catholic priest in order to exorcise her. This segment, I kind of feel like this is the weakest one out of them. I mean, it has some good stuff, and there is some good murders, like for one, Helen Lovejoy gets killed, thank God. And there is some, like I said, good kills. And there is some good stuff with the whole Maggie, part with turning into a demon. But compared to the other two segments, I don't feel like this one is strong. Heck, even elements from The Exorcist are used again in the other segments, so it's kind of a little disappointing that this isn't, well, yet again, what else can the Simpsons do? I mean, they dealt with demons before with the Paranormal Activity parody in Treehouse Horror 23, and this one being The Exorcist. But it has some good imagery, I give it that. From where Homer is slightly possessed by the demon as well, and singing a song to Maggie, where you can see everything from in Maggie's room is just either turning up bloody or scared, or even some of these toys, things, and books, and I commit suicide. But besides that, there's not really much else to this episode, this segment. It's, I think, the weakest out of this one, but it's a decent segment anyway. Now for the next one, called Coralisa. This is a parody of Coraline, the stop-motion kid animation horror movie. Because in this particular segment, Lisa finds a secret door in her room and soon discovers an ultimate version of her family that is into jazz and vegetables, but of course, like Coraline, there's a few khakis. Except, really about this one is that this one also has a different style of animation when we go to the other places. It's like computer generated, and it's kind of like the style of a Tim Burton movie or like Coraline, where there's like character, even the ultimate versions of The Simpsons are actually changed a bit of color. They're not as bright as the normal Simpsons. And of course there's button for eyes, which by the end, by halfway through, Lisa's like, put that on me. I'd rather have sworn eyes than listen to them all day. I feel like out of this one, this one's the most creative out of the three segments. This one really has good animation, and there's some good jokes, and having Snowball 5 talk, it's good to see that we finally have a Snowball getting involved in something besides Nancy and Hoper. But overall, I like this segment. It is a really good segment when it comes to good animation, some good jokes, and some good, good things about it. Now, the final segment in this one is called Homer. Now, I'm going to tell you guys one thing I kind of don't like in general, cannibalism. This is something I just don't really like in general. So I heard that this is a segment where Homer, so basically the plot of this one is that Homer He's left alone in the house while Marge and the family go out for a holiday. But Homer runs out of food, and soon he decides to cannibalize himself. Yeah, and that's something I don't like when it comes to anything really. Cannibalism is one thing I kind of don't like. Well, maybe it just depends if, how serious to take it. And luckily the Simpsons don't take it as seriously. It's played up as a little bit of a joke. And even then Homer doesn't really do it immediately, it's by accident. And he soon actually likes eating himself, and it's played up in a silly way, I think. It's not as serious or gory. There's not really much blood in this. There's not really much, there's no blood when Homer cuts off a finger or a leg. It's just like a chicken or something like that. But at least this one later then turns into where Marge actually has enough for Homer, because, he's eating himself to death, really, to be honest. And I feel like that's kind of a metaphor as well for how people, the whole thing about people taking unhealthy possessions for food. Even the point of Homer is even eating himself to it. And it's a good segment. I'm kind of glad the Simpsons take cannibalism in a silly way instead of making it like serious way, and at least make it where Homer's eating himself and not like say killing somebody and eating them instead. So it's a good segment. Well, I feel like this year for Treehouse of Horror is actually very good. Actually a bit better than last year, but I have to say the best segment for this year is Cora Lisa. This one I really think is the best, because like I said, the animation, we stay from normal 2D animation, well, as 2D and now we can get, and go for computer-generated animation. It's just kind of shown that the show has kind of gone, far with computer-generated animation compared to Homer Cube, or Homer Tree back in Treehouse of Horror 6, where they have improved on technology. So yeah, I say this year's Treehouse of Horror is honestly a good treat. It is really a good episode, and I say it's kind of better than last year's Treehouse of Horror in my opinion. So that's about it for today. There's no new Simpsons episode until 2 weeks, so there'll be no Simpsons reviews next week, but there will be the following week. But even then, I got plenty of stuff from Simpsons Treehouse Tap Out to talk about during that time, because Act 3 will be coming out the next week anyway. And I got 2 Simpsons Tap Out reviews, not reviews, I mean just 2 Tap Out videos in general to do as well, because 2 characters are coming out tomorrow and Wednesday. So I got a lot to do. So I'll see you guys. Until then, I'll see you guys for my next review, and that being Saw 2 Flesh and Blood, probably the same day as one of my Simpsons Tap Out episodes. So I'll see you guys until then.